Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are back with another self-love and self-care video. Today I want to talk about confidence, and I want to start by saying that confidence is a myth. It's not acquired by reading motivational quotes from Pinterest or listening to Beyonce. Although that woman can get things out of me, no one can. But my point is that messages like love yourself and be fearless are everywhere, and yet no one really talks about the hard work that goes into building that confidence and how it can be achieved. Confidence is more about the journey, the self-discovery, the finding who you are and what you are. It's not something you can turn on and hold on to forever. I feel like there's so many little myths that we have in the back of our minds when we see those confident people that we believe in, that we're not giving ourselves the room to grow and to go after that confidence. I'm sure that so many of us have met people in our lives that we're like, that person was just born confident, and that is not true. People are not born confident. Confidence is something you develop when you put yourself in new situations and a new environment that challenge you and that make you face things that show you who you are. People that ooze confidence are not people that just had it from the get-go. It's people that really got out of their comfort zone, that challenged themselves, that put themselves in situations that made them very fearful and not secure about what they're doing, and that made them confront their challenging beliefs and push their boundaries even further. And that really resulted in seeing how much more you can do and how much more you have inside of you, and that gave birth to a whole new understanding of who you are. My favorite quote is, "True confidence isn't fearlessness. It's having the courage to jump in even if your knees are shaking." So acting in spite of fear is what giving us the opportunity to build that confidence. And I find that women, sometimes we are waiting to be completely ready to jump on certain opportunities, if it's with work or with school or with relationships, and we're missing out on big opportunities. So you are not born confident. No one is born confident. Start working. The next thing that I feel like we all have in our minds when we're thinking about confidence is the fact that you can't fake it. And I think that is the wrong perception. And I'm not telling you to fake it till you make it, which obviously we all heard of, but I advise you to fake it till you become it. And that's something that I heard from a TED Talk by Amy Cuddy. So little tricks and little things that you can do to fake that confidence inside of you are available at all times. One of those is power posing. Putting yourself in power poses before a meeting or before you go somewhere where you not feeling as confident as you should will really raise those testosterone levels and make you feel more in charge and more powerful. Putting yourself in that power position will trick your mind into feeling more confident and more at ease and less stressed, and will make you ready to go and face that challenge that you have in front of you. We all know that our minds change our bodies, but this is a study that showed that our bodies change our minds as well. A few other tricks that I like to kind of adapt at times where I need that little confidence boost is the douchebag jar. But it's not what it is. So if you guys ever watch New Girl, you know that Schmidt have this douchebag jar where every time he says something douchey, he puts money in it. So we're kind of spinning it into something more empowering. This is a jar where you can write little notes of small things that you are proud of yourself for doing. Small things that you've accomplished, small, big, doesn't matter. That just make you feel good about yourself, and that reminds you, all these wonderful things that you can offer and that you've done before. It can be your boss complimenting you on a presentation, or a friend giving you a compliment about something. Instead of forgetting those small little moments, write them on a piece of paper, put them in the jar, and whenever you need a little reminder of how amazing you are, you go into the jar, pull out a slip, and here you go. Another trick that you can do is positive affirmations, and that's something that can come in so many different shapes and forms. I like to talk to myself sometimes in the mirror. That happened. I'm proud of it. Who looks tired? You look tired. Who's amazing? You're amazing. You're gonna have the best day ever. We all need a little pep talk sometimes. So you can talk to yourself in the mirror. You can talk to yourself just with yourself. You can write things in a journal, just positive thinking that, you know, you kind of manifest and put on paper or vocalize will really help in pushing that confidence on yourself. Also, things that we have to start making ourselves do is accept compliments instead of deflecting them. That's something that I find so many people do, and there's literally nothing more disappointing than seeing someone that just can't accept a compliment. It doesn't matter how you feel about yourself, but if someone tells you something nice, accept it, say thank you, and move on with your day. Push yourself to accept a compliment instead of vocalizing how you are not worthy of that compliment. There's nothing that shows insecurities more than that. The next trick that I like to do is to head over to YouTube. If I'm feeling uninspired, if I'm feeling insecure, I'll put my favorite song. I have those like motivational songs that I hear, super random, that just make me feel good about myself. Motivational talks on YouTube, wink wink, you know where to find me. Go watch some TED Talks, something that will really kind of awaken that spirit of confidence and reassurance of who you are and what you're doing. The last important trick that I have is to really change the way you view an opportunity. So many of us have all these opportunities come our way all the time, and a lot of us, because of our lack of confidence, the first thing we say is, oh, I'm not ready for this, I can't do this, I'm not there yet. This way of thinking just keeps you further away from reaching your goals. Instead of looking at opportunities that way, start looking at opportunities and be the yes man and be the yes woman and say yes to things, because you accept it and you learn as you go along. You can ask for help if you need to, you can delegate if you need to. The most important thing and the most important step is putting yourself in those situations where even when you don't feel ready, you go in there. I can do it, I'll figure it out, I learn how to do it, I'll ask for help, I'll delegate it to someone, I can do it. That will bring you much closer to your goals and to building that confidence that will show you that you can actually do it. If you never put yourself into these situations, you'll never be able to go through that journey of building that confidence. Another false belief that we all have in our mind is, in order for us to feel confident, we have to be successful. And that actually works completely the opposite way. You can't achieve success without starting your journey to confidence. Everything has to build from the grounds up. So even if you can tap into a little bit of confidence throughout your journey in the beginning, that's really what's going to keep building that building of success, that building of confidence. Every time you show yourself that you can do more, achieve more, you don't need a lot of it to start your journey. You need just a little bit, just that small little belief in yourself to move closer to your goals and to build that confidence. And it doesn't have to be perfect. This journey will never be perfect. Perfectionism is not a human quality. This idea of being perfect is so debilitating that it doesn't give us the room and the space to make mistakes and to go after what we want and achieve it. And especially for women. If you notice, and I'm not sure what it is exactly, but men don't have those beliefs. Men don't feel like they need to be perfect to go for something. For us women, it's like we have such high standards and idea of what we need to be to get somewhere is ridiculous. So I'm saying throw this out the window. Perfect does not exist. It's a trap, and if you believe in it, you're not gonna get anywhere, because it will never be the perfect time. You will never be perfectly ready. This will never happen for you. So by allowing yourself to make the mistakes, to learn from them, that's what's going to give you the opportunity to grow, to face your fears and do things that you never thought you can do. As a personal example, it literally happened throughout my life and everything that I tapped into. As a teenager, like most girls out there, I was having such limiting beliefs about confidence and about what I can do and what I can be, that I never actually went for things because I felt like it was never the perfect time. And I was lucky enough that I had people that pushed me and put me in very uncomfortable and very scary situations that I couldn't handle, like modeling, and it made me face everything that I was scared of, and I had no other choice. So those kind of situations that I was put into made me understand how all of these little things are just steps that I needed to make to start becoming the person that deep down inside I knew exists, but I just felt so disconnected and far away from her. And once I just became a little more confident and a little more confident, I just showed myself how far I can get in everything that I wanted. And YouTube was the same thing. I already reached a certain level of confidence in my life from my modeling career. And at that point, there was no one else that put me in that scary, uncomfortable situation. And I knew that that's what I needed to push myself and to grow even more. So I decided to be that person that inserted myself into a very scary area that I knew nothing about. And that was YouTube. It was very uncomfortable. It was very awkward. It felt very wrong. And there were so many things that I was so insecure about, if it's my thoughts and my ideas and the way I speak and my accent and my grammar. And I just kept going, and it got a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. And then there was criticism, and it's just, I kept dealing with all these inconvenient, uncomfortable things, and it gave me this freedom that I just hope all of you can reach, because that freedom of knowing exactly who you are and how strong you are kind of puts you in this limitless state of mind about all the things that you want to reach in your life. And that's my goal for myself and for you guys, to always be that person to yourself that pushes yourself and put yourself in really uncomfortable and weird and foreign situations. A lot of people, I find, believe that in order to be confident, you have to be an extrovert. This is something that I actually think is a really big myth, because I actually find that being the loudest person in the room and being the center of attention is actually what shows me that the person is not so confident. So if you feel like, you're not always the center of attention and that you don't have that extrovert attitude to kind of take over a room, you don't need to be. A confident introvert exists, and they're out there, and they're the most confident people I've ever met. So when you are in a surrounding, when you're around people, when you're part of a conversation and you actually focus on other people and not necessarily you're the only person that speaks in the room, it actually shows you as a much more confident person than the other guy out there that screams and yells and has to be heard at all times. And this was one of the tips that I gave you guys from 8 ways to look more attractive instantly. And that's something that I truly believe, if you have that belief in your head, you have to throw it right out. Confident people don't have to be the center of attention. When you are happy with your achievements and you're happy with yourself and you're content, you don't need reassurance from anyone else. So always keep that in mind. Something that I've learned throughout my journey of self-discovery and building my confidence and building myself and becoming the person, the woman that I want to be, is that confidence never sticks. Even if you're a confident person, and I consider myself confident, I'm not confident all the time in all areas of life. There are so many times in my life where I feel like inadequate, where I feel like I'm not good enough, and that's totally okay. You're gonna go through periods in your life when you feel a little more insecure, a little less insecure. You're gonna find yourself in situations where you just kind of lose that confidence that you feel like you had in other areas of life, and that's actually a good thing. That's actually something that I started embracing, because that means that I put myself in a situation that is, again, foreign to me, a situation where I don't feel naturally strong and dominant in, and that means that I am at a place right now, I have the opportunity right now to push my boundaries, to evaluate what's going on around me and see how I can learn from it and see how I can progress myself and build that confidence in this area as well. Embrace that uncertainty, embrace that self-doubt. That is such a wonderful thing to experience. This is part of the growth process. And I want to finish this conversation with something that is very simple, and that's the idea that we have to make these big changes or to take these big risks to get ourselves to be more confident. And that's another false belief. It doesn't have to be so big. You don't have to move to another country to challenge yourself. You don't have to take this huge project that will scare the hell out of you and won't let you sleep at night to really put yourself in a journey to become more confident. You can start small. You can start with things that make you feel a little uncomfortable, like talking to a barista at your coffee shop, like asking a stranger something, asking for help from someone if it's unlike you to ask for help and it makes you feel uncomfortable. Those little things are building up the courage to go after bigger things and bigger things and bigger things. And those little steps that you take will slowly make you feel a little more comfortable with them, and you can go bigger and bigger and bigger and move to more riskier things. So be in tune with yourself. See how you can always challenge yourself to push your boundaries, to make you feel uncomfortable, to explore outside of your comfort zone, and do all these things for the future you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got something out of it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.